and the mistake that we made is we booked through TUI. But yeah, this was the most amazing night out. The twins and I decided to go because we wanted to celebrate our birthdays, and we went on smack bang in the middle of our birthdays. Hello and welcome to the last in the videos of the Mexico series. In this video, we are going to talk about the trips that you can take when you're going on the TUI holiday from the UK, and as well as some of the other things that you can do whilst you're out there. Doesn't matter if you're TUI or not, but such as the Coco Bongo show. So I've got all of my little bits and pieces here, and we're going to go through them bit by bit and talk to you about the trips. So the only trip really that we did while we was out there was Coco Bongo. Now I'm gonna just, if you can, you screenshot this if you like. There's Chris's number. You can contact Chris on WhatsApp. He is the Coco Bongo rep that you will find in the resort of Grand Sirenis Riviera Maya. Now Coco Bongo, there's a whole other video on that, and I put loads of stuff up. But yeah, this was the most amazing night out. The twins and I decided to go because we wanted to celebrate our birthdays, and we went on smack bang in the middle of our birthdays. So mine was just before we went, and theirs was just after we came back. So that was brilliant. It was an expensive night, but I think it was well worth it. And the mistake that we made is we booked through TUI, and it's exactly the same trip if you go via Chris and the guys at Coco Bongo, which you can book when you get out there in resort. Now we think that the minimum you would be saving is £20 a person. Obviously when there's 3 of you, that's 60 quid. That's quite a lot of money. So what is Coco Bongo? It's kind of like a nightclub. It's also sort of like a show. So it's the two things put into one. Quite unique, and I really liked the whole concept of it, but I do urge you to go and watch the other video. I will link them all below down there. The other thing that we did is we got on the bus called the Collectivo, which costs very little money. I think it was like £4 or something each way. And we went into Playa del Carmen, which was worth a little look. It was a town, it was a typical hustle bustle kind of town. Now we had wristbands on that said we was Grand Sirenis people, and we would find an awful lot of the street traders were going, "Oh, I'm your waiter at the Grand Sirenis." Now this is obviously a talking point, because you turn around to them and say, like the first time, "Oh, are you?" They're not. They're not your waiters. They see your wristband, they see that you're pink, they know that you're from the UK, because the TUI wristbands are pink when you get out there. Not this pink. This is my dancing weekender. So anyway, but yeah, get the Collectivo. It was quite a unique experience getting on and off. That's just like a little minibus, so you can get that from outside of the resort. It's a little bit of a walk to get to there. You could probably, I would imagine, get one of the golf buggies out there. And yeah, that was worth a look. Like I say, we went on a bit of a strange weather day, but there's a nice beach there as well that's really close up, and some lovely shops. So go and have a look. So I very cheekily brought this away, which you only get this in your welcome pack. When you go with TUI, the next day you arrive, generally it's the next day on the big resorts, you go to a welcome meeting, and that's when you get the prices for these. And I did have a look at them before we went out there, because you can book them online via the TUI website. But I found when you go out there, the reps often offer you a discount on the prices that are online. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait till we get out there and have a little look. And they were very expensive. This is the one thing that I was really disappointed in with Mexico, is to go out and see some of these incredible places was really dear. I mean, the holiday itself wasn't cheap anyway, but value for money, I would say. But yeah, to go on these trips was super expensive. To give you an idea, they've got ones called the TUI collection, and Chichen Itza, which is this little photo here. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world, apparently. I kind of hear that a lot, and there must be more than 7, I'm thinking, because they all seem to be, you know, oh, this is the 7th wonder of the world. So anyway, Chichen Itza, which is a full-day collection, and you can only go twice a week. So what do you get for that? I don't know what you get for that. Per adult, it's £152. And I think that's a lot of money. Like if you're paying, like I was paying for me and the kids because it was my treat. That's £450. That's like a lot of money. That's another whole holiday. That's another week's holiday. So I thought that was expensive. Now, if I was going to do any of them, I would have chosen the most expensive one, because I went on to Instagram and looked at some of these trip names, and I saw what people were posting. Shan Khan or something like that. This one here where my finger is. Now that is £196 per person. I absolutely was quite keen to go and see that because that looked beautiful. And I don't think by staying in the resort, we saw the best of Mexico at all. I don't want to put down the Grand Sirenis because it's got a lot of qualities, but I think we didn't see Mexico at its best because we needed to go out and about. And these trips, they were out of my budget. They were too expensive. So Underwater World, I was quite keen to do, which is where you go and you swim with the turtles, and they give you a money back guarantee that if you don't see the turtles, you can go on another trip and have another try. So you go snorkeling with the turtles and you go down underneath this, what do they call those? They're like caves that are underwater, and it sounded quite good. Now, it was a half-a-day trip to go, and it still was quite expensive. It was £98.60 for an adult. But I do think that you could go to an independent, and I do believe that they probably use the same buses to get you there and the same, you know, everything. So you can go and see an independent person and probably get that a load cheaper. So to give you an idea, Coco Bongo was £140 per person. That's for a gold ticket. The gold ticket was good because you got an allocated seat and you got all of your drinks and that included, and they were brought to you. You can do it cheaper where you're not up at the stage level that you're down, but you need to look up to see the shows. A lot of what was going on needed looking up for, but not all of it did. So if you wanted to do these things and do them cheaper, I'd say it's better to do them and do them cheaper than not do them at all, because that was a really great atmosphere in there. The one thing about Grand Sirenis, they didn't encourage you to go to, there's a dolphin sanctuary you can go swim with the dolphins on the actual resort there, but TUI wouldn't endorse any of it because, oh, this is the other side. Apparently this is really, really worth a look. This is another trip, and you can again do that independently. You can get on the Collectivo, go there and then pay for entrance. Just go and ask any of the staff members there, but not the TUI people, because obviously they're going to encourage you to spend their extortionate prices there. I think this is a little bit naughty. I'm a TUI affiliate, and obviously most of my trips are with TUI, but I just don't think this is right. I think that they shouldn't be able to boik their prices up so much, to make a profit when you can go and get it cheaper for exactly the same thing. I just think to me, that's a little bit wrong. So the cheapest trip that there is on here is £79 per adult, and that was to go to Tulum. And Tulum, because if you go out one way, I think it's Tulum and the other way is Playa del Carmen. But again, you can do it independently. So ask the staff members, maybe ask the concierge how you can do it. Obviously, make sure that you're keeping yourself safe, but there's going to be ways that you can do these trips. When you check in, you're going to get given one of these maps. Now, this is for the Grand Sirenis resort. As you can see, it's huge, absolutely huge. To give you an idea, our room was over here where the circle is there. This is where the nightclub is, so this is there. And the gym is across here. Now, Nathan and I tried to walk that on our first day, and we were walking for an hour and we still weren't there. And a bus picked us up around here somewhere. It was early in the morning. And they said, would you like a lift? And we said, yes, please. And we thought we must nearly be there, but we wasn't. We still had a long way to go. Now, generally, we liked this swimming pool here and this restaurant here, and to walk from there and back and do all the other bits and pieces that we did around resort. We was walking between 10,000 and 15,000 steps per day, which is obviously good when you're all inclusive. You don't want to, you want to make sure you're keeping active and stuff. But if you're not great with walking, that was a downside for me for the resort. I'm not brilliant at walking. Sometimes the buses would pick you up, sometimes they wouldn't. It would depend. What they were trying to do was to show people around the resort to get them to buy membership. So then they would say no, and then they gave me the huff. Okay, going back quickly, sorry, backwards and forwards, Underwater World. So it says 2 worlds in one day, and I'll just show you the leaflet that we have here. So you can swim with the turtles, which would be lovely. I'd love to have done that. And then this is the underwater cave thing. Oh, there's a QR code there, in case you can do anything with that. There you go, screenshot that. And it's got lots of things here. There's obviously a lot of, they're very, very good with looking after their wildlife in Mexico. So it says about certain sunscreens you can wear, what to bring. So it says bring biodegradable sun cream, extra set of dry clothes, things like that. So all that information's on there. Upon arrival to the hotel, this is not really to do with trips, but we had to pay 280 pesos in tax. And this, they call this the, this is like to do with sort of conservation and looking after things and all that kind of thing. I didn't know about that before we went out there, and you had to pay in cash when you checked in. So that was a bit of a shocker. Well, hello guys, cut to me, modern day me, without a Mexico tan going on. It's the end of lockdown. I'm finally editing this. Well, not quite the end yet. That's wishful thinking, wasn't it? And I was editing this vlog, or this video, about the trips to Mexico, as you know, because you just watched that. And the footage has cut dead, and I've been all through my iCloud for ages and I cannot find it anywhere. What I do know I was saying to you is all of those little leaflets that I've got, if you want them, let me know and I will post them to you. So leave me comments down there, or you can inbox me, whichever you prefer to do, if you wanted those. Now, let me just tell you, they're very, hang on a second, wait there, because I've still got them here in my desk. So I know you've been waiting so long for this. So this was what I was showing you already. This is the underwater world. This is the map of the rooms. Oh, look, that was our room number, in case you was wondering. All right, 2235. And I've got my tickets in there as well, which is exciting. We've also got pamphlets here. This is all TUI stuff, which I just brought home with us. And in here, there's loads of information about trips. Sorry about all that stuff in the background. Trips and stuff. Yeah, if you don't know what all that mess is about, we are refurbishing the house at the moment. So I just took a moment while the builders weren't here to try and get this video done. I've got 2 of those, so 2 of you can have those. 2 of these. Dolphin Discovery, this is to do with the swimming with the dolphins. This is a map that you pick up at the airport. I really can't believe where this footage has gone. It's crazy. But yeah, if any of you want these, I will quite happily post them out snail mail to you. But it is obviously first come, first served. And whatever I've got, you're very welcome to have. So I'm sorry we didn't say very much about the trips out there, but like I say, we didn't go on any. And if I could go again, what I would very much like to do is get in touch with some of the local people and say to them, like, what's the best way to do these trips economically? Because I think it's TUI's prices that put me off. And it's not the same in every country, so I don't really know why they do it in Mexico. But there is so much on the resort that you can do as well. And for those of you who asked about the seaweed, this is a question we get a lot. Then there is another video. I will link all of my other Mexico videos below there. Come and have a look at those. And there's also a Facebook group full of lovely, friendly people asking questions and answering each other's questions about stuff. So that's also down there. If you wanted to join, you can request to join. But yeah. So that's it from me for the Mexico videos. Sadly, I think I might have to go back again. It wasn't in the plans to go back again, but I probably this time would choose something with a really long stretch of beach, because that's something that I quite like doing, just walking on the shoreline. Anyway, I hope you're well wherever you are. If you are in lockdown, if you're watching this sort of currently. And apologies that the video is cut out and I don't look anything like as well as I did in that video. Not only did I just come back from Mexico, but it was pre-pneumonia. I've had pneumonia. So anyway, thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. In here, I will insert probably my favourite vlog of Grand Sirenis, Mexico. Go and have a little look at that. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.